What could be coming to each Cedar Fair park in 2023? How many coasters? And will Michigan's Adventure get a new trash can? I am even going to share with you where in the park that trash can could go, and of course, my 2023 predictions for every Cedar Fair park. Starting off with King's Dominion, which is about to open the newest Cedar Fair coaster, Tumbili. While we might rather have a different coaster than an S&S free spin, it's at least a new coaster for this beautiful Virginia park. While the volcano plot of land remains empty for now, what could be coming to the park in 2023? Well, I think we will see King's Dominion open a new thrill ride. We have recently seen some new kid attractions open in both the dry and water park, so that is making me lean towards a new thrill ride. And I would love to see a Zamperla Endeavor open at the park. And I think this style of ride would really complement King's Dominion by adding another thrilling flat ride that goes upside down and offers a great lighting package. And if you're curious to see what I think King's Dominion has planned for the volcano plot of land, then you're not going to want to miss this video. And you can find the link in the description. Michigan's Adventure. And for the record, I do think they're going to add a new trash can in 2023, but I also think we're going to see new capital for Wild Water Adventure. It's been quite some time now since this water park has received a new attraction. And knowing the past trend of Cedar Fair water park additions, I safely predict that we could see a new mat racer open at the park. This would bring a much needed new attraction to Wild Water, and these type of slides are some of the most popular in the industry. Kings Island. I predict that Kings Island will be opening the world's tallest, longest, and fastest B&M dive coaster in 2023. Just kidding. Though, knowing Cedar Fair, that wouldn't surprise me at all, but it's not coming in 2023. I think all bets are either on a new thrill ride for the park or a water park addition. I would love to see both come in 2023 because both are desperately needed, but sadly, I don't see that happening. I predict that we will see a new thrill ride added to the park. And honestly, there are so many different kind of rides to choose from, but I would love to see Kings Island open a new Ferris wheel. But again, sadly, I don't think that's going to happen. So that brings me to this. If you were in charge of Kings Island and was planning on adding a new thrill ride to the park for the 2023 season, what type of ride would you add? Let me know in the comments. As for me, just like King's Dominion, I could very well see a new Zamperla Endeavor added to Kings Island, and I would totally be okay with that. And I would not complain about a new water coaster being built at Soak City, which I think has a real shot at happening. Dorney Park. What's going on with the rumored Gravity Group shuttle coaster? Will this thing actually get built? At the time of this video, I can honestly only hope that it does, but I do think it's still possible, and I have enough confidence with this prediction to say that the new wooden shuttle coaster will most likely open in 2023. But that's not my only Dorney Park prediction, because I predict that Possessed will not get removed to make way for the park's new coaster, like the leaked blueprints showed. And obviously Cedar Point sent Dorney a ton of spare parts from Wicked Twister, so it's safe to say that this Intamin Impulse is going to remain in operation for years to come, which is a great thing because this coaster is awesome. Traveling up to Minnesota for Valleyfair, another Cedar Fair park that typically gets neglected. The good news is a new coaster is coming, but sadly, I have them down for the coaster in a couple of years from now, not 2023. With that said, we have another park where their capital can go to either the dry or the water park, but I think we will see a new thrill ride in time for the 2023 season. I predict we could see a Zamperla Discovery added to the park. This would instantly add a new marketable attraction that would help with the nearby competition of Adventureland and the new Lost Island theme park. In fact, I'm 99.9% sure Valleyfair is going to get a new attraction in time for the 2023 season. Now for this next park, there have been some rumors about it could be looking to add a new coaster in time for the 2023 season, and that would be the one and only Worlds of Fun. If there's a coaster in time for the 2023 season, then I predict it's going to feature a launch or launches. The last time Worlds of Fun added a new roller coaster was way back in 2009 when Prowler, the impressive GCI, opened. And that happens to be the last year that I visited Worlds of Fun. So it's safe to say that this Kansas City park is past due. I think we could see this coaster coming from Premier Rides, something along the same scale as Icebreaker down at SeaWorld Orlando, mixing a coaster that would be great for families but still offer a lot of thrills. Or maybe a coaster about the same size as Dollywood's Fire Chaser Express, which in my opinion is a very underrated roller coaster. If Worlds of Fun doesn't get a coaster, then I think we will see them add a new thrill ride of some kind. I know I am predicting a lot of thrill rides for the Cedar Fair parks, but how can you blame me when clearly every park outside of Canada's Wonderland could benefit from a few? And speaking of Canada's Wonderland, I love the direction Cedar Fair is taking this park, especially the park enhancements that are taking place right now, that should be finished before the park opens. I don't see a coaster in 2023, but one in 2024 or 2025 is very likely. Instead, I think we will see some improvements take place in the park's kid areas. Maybe a retheme or possibly some new updated kid rides replacing some of the older ones. California's Great America. I can't tell you how many times I've been back and forth with this prediction, and I wanted to share with you how I come up with my predictions, because it's a very lengthy process. I have a spreadsheet that basically covers each park over the next 10 years, as well as the past 10 years. So basically, I think about my predictions before I shout them to the world like I'm doing now. I like to think they're really thought out and make a lot of sense. Now that you kind of have an idea on my prediction process, I think we will see a new coaster come to Great America in 2023. Could we see the Hyper? That's the biggest question. Or is this project completely dead? Or what about the mock multi-launch, something like Copperhead Strike? Great America is tricky to predict, but I'm gonna kind of go out to left field with this and say an Intamin multi-launch coaster. These smaller, intimate models are going to be huge for the parks, and trust me, the day when Cedar Fair and Intamin works together again is coming a lot sooner than most of you might think. This coaster would most likely cost Great America anywhere from $10 to $15 million, and would give the park a new solid coaster. And Great America's first launch coaster since Grease Lightning that closed in 2002. And before I forget, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps the performance of the video, and I really do appreciate each one. Now, let's talk about Carowinds. This park is growing up at a very healthy rate, and I used to think that we could see Rip Roaring Rapids reopen as a new attraction in time for 2023, but after finding out that it takes 10 people to operate, I don't see that happening with the recent staffing issues the industry and the country is facing. I predict we'll see the park finally remove the yo-yo and maybe Southern Star and add a few new flat rides to the Crossroads section of the park. There are rumors that yet another older flat ride is in the backstage area of the park and will be ready for the 2023 season. I think we will see 3 new rides, including a new Zamperla Giga Discovery. The Crossroads area desperately needs a makeover and a major attraction to get more guests to venture back here to play the games and explore the area. So I am sure this area will be primed for redevelopment soon. Knott's Berry Farm. Will the Giga Coaster actually get built? In this video, I share all my thoughts regarding this and why I think it's really going to happen, so be sure to check that out. But can Knott get this coaster completed by 2023? And honestly, I'm going to give that a 40% chance of happening, but that's with the Giga opening in December of 2023. Just like Ghost Rider and Silver Bullet, which both open in December. And finally, America's Rockin' Roller Coast. There's a lot of people who think Cedar Point will be getting a new coaster to replace Wicked Twister for the 2023 season. I personally do not see this happening, unfortunately, though I do think we will see Cedar Point open the world's largest Zamperla air race in time for the 2023 season. The Point could really benefit from another thrill ride added to the mix, especially with the future of Max Air up in the air. You gotta love my clever wordplay. Now that you know my Cedar Fair 2023 ride predictions, I would love to know yours, so be sure to let me know in the comment. As always, thank you so much for watching, and remember to think positive, smile today, and keep riding coasters.